What's going on, everybody? It's Philip Charles VanDerHeyden IV, your boy, aka Philly the Fourth. I'm here with you to talk about the Chicago Bulls beating the Phoenix Suns against all odds tonight at Phoenix. And man, what a crazy game. Collin Sexton went nuclear. Tre Jones showed off his big ass brain. But before I go on, first, as always, man, what an impressive victory by the Chicago Bulls. I mean, unless you're one of those people that can't stand the fact that we win games right now, look, I kind of understand. The Bulls had no business winning this game, right? No Josh Giddey, no Matas Buzelis. I understand. If you're a fan of the tank, this probably wasn't your favorite game. But anyone that's been with this show knows me, I root for competition. I'm never going to be mad about the Chicago Bulls winning. And I thought that they showed big time heart today. I loved what I seen tonight. I felt like tonight was the first time that this new group, this new Chicago Bulls group, actually showed a little bit of growing chemistry. It's coming along slowly. It's not going to really matter because a lot of these guys aren't going to be here next year. I'll tell you what, though, more and more and more, I'm starting to think that I wouldn't mind it if the Bulls brought the young bull, Collin Sexton, back next season. Now, of course, it depends on his price tag, right? Like, I'm not going to pony up big money for Collin Sexton. If he demands big money, then I'd say take a hike. But if he's willing to be a little bit, reasonable with what he's asking for, I'll take him. Because that man, he plays with the ferocity of a Chicago Bull. Like, stop me if I'm wrong and tell me if you think I'm crazy for saying that. I feel like Collin Sexton really plays with the kind of Chicago grit that everybody loves from their favorite Chicago Bulls players. He's like an offensive Alex Caruso. He's just a dog. He doesn't stop. I love the guy. I can't help it. Overall, the Suns should be ashamed of themselves. They had no business losing this game. Devin Booker, dude, yeah, he had 27, but he didn't impress whatsoever. This is the kind of game that makes you raise your eyebrow when you think about whether or not Devin Booker can carry a basketball team to the promised land. And, it's easy to say, it's crazy to say that a little bit because they went to the finals, right? He had his chance at a ring. And in fact, I believe they were up 3-2, if I'm not mistaken. And I think Milwaukee came back. I don't remember, but Devin Booker had no business losing this game. This is a players' league. Devin Booker should have took this game over in the second half and drove the Phoenix Suns to victory. He didn't. He choked on a big fat one. So I 27 points isn't really choking, but he went 9 of 21. That's not doing anyone any favors. He got honestly even though Okoro again proved to be a liability offensively, he actually was good on defense tonight. He made a difference on Isaac Okoro. He made a difference on Devin Booker and really played some good defense on him. Overall, I'm going to go through the stat line. I'll talk about who impressed me. I know it's a late night here. I don't want to keep you guys up too long, but do leave your comments down in the comments below. It'll show up on the show in the bottom right corner. And if I like anything that you guys are saying, or if you say something that I want to interact with or have a response to, then of course I will respond. Fayez, I appreciate you being here with me. That's my dog. Anybody that doesn't know, I do WWE content. I do a show every week on Wednesday nights. Professionally Profane Pro Wrestling at Profane Pod. Me and my buddy Fayez here. We do, like I said, every Wednesday. So if you're a WWE fan, tune in. But Collin Sexton is that dag. He is that dog. He's got that dog in him. I'll tell you what, Collin Sexton was straight balling. cash money, baby. That went in the net, the make-believe net that I have over there. But, all right, let's go through these stats, right? Gershon Yabusele continued his strong play. But tonight we laid a smackdown on Phoenix's candy ass. That is, they know your role and shut your mouth, Phoenix Suns. I'll cut a promo on them right now, man. But all right, Gershon Yabusele had a continued strong performance. He shot like shit, but man, that guy's got a gun on our team. Am I right? Like, he got over here. We promised him playing time for him to accept the trade or to waive his last year. And so he's getting that playing time, and he said, I'm not taking it for granted. I'm getting shots up. The man went 6 of 15. I do want to say that I very much appreciate that 9 of them were inside. He didn't shoot 10 threes again, which was far too many threes. But he was 3 of 6 from downtown. Much better. Love that. 6 of 15 from the field. So 3 of 9 from inside the arc. But hey, it's okay. 6 rebounds. He was 1 of 2 from the free throw line. 2 assists, 1 turnover, 1 block. +7 on the court. Strong night from Yabusele. I'll tell you what, man. I know that he's supposed to be going back to France on a team-friendly deal. And I mean team-friendly. Like, I'm talking less than $10 million a year. I'd bring him back, but only for less than $10 million a year. Maybe you can convince me for $10 million a year, but probably not. I got, at the end of the day, he's not a starter by any means, but I would like him off the bench. He's fine off the bench. He's just a gunner. You got to know he's pulling that trigger if he's open, baby. He ain't passing it up. Isaac Okoro, 6 points, 3 of 7 from the field, 0 of 1 from downtown, 1 rebound, 3 assists, 1 steal, and 2 turnovers. He was at -1 on the floor. I'm tired of watching Isaac Okoro play on the Chicago Bulls because offensively, I think he's so bad. I think he's absolute dog shit offensively. But he does have value defensively, and he showed that tonight against Devin Booker. That being said, man, like, every time he puts the ball down on the floor, I cringe because I don't know. I don't particularly think I'm going to enjoy what comes next. Leonard Miller got the start tonight. Love that. He didn't finish, which I was kind of hoping he would finish the game. He did only get 24 minutes, but hey, I'm cool with that. He had 8 minutes. 8 points, 3 of 9 from the field, 0 of 5 from downtown. Got to clean that one up, big dog. But 2 of 2 from the free throw line. He had 9 rebounds. 9 rebounds from the small forward position. That is exactly what you want to see. My man, Matas Buzelis. Take a little note there. Like, no offense to Matas, but that rebounding is something that he can get better at. And so I love what I see. Leonard Miller leaves it all on the floor, man. He really plays with high energy. I love his defense. He's long. I feel like he's just out there playing good basketball, good fundamental basketball. I like what I see from him. I'm very, very interested in keeping him past this season. We have a team option for him, I believe. I think it's a team option. I'm exercising it 100%. He's got, only 22 years old, 7'2" wingspan. I did a video about him a couple days ago. Like, I really think that there's something there with this kid. I think he could be what we hoped Julian Phillips would be. I see a little bit more consistency from him. Julian Phillips used to kind of disappear at times. Love the guy. I love what he can be in the league. But his big problem is that he would have a great game and then kind of disappear for a game or two. I don't see that from Leonard Miller so far. So I'm excited about that. I hope he continues to get minutes. Collin Sexton, man, 38 minutes out there to take up the minutes that Josh Giddey was giving up. 11 to 19 from the field to go for 30 freaking points. 2 of 7 from long range, including a dagger. I don't want to say a dagger, but a big 3 late that matched a 3 from Phoenix. We absolutely needed it. We won by 2, so we needed every single point that we got. 6 of 8 from the line, 3 rebounds, 5 assists, 2 steals, only 1 turnover. That's the big thing. Collin Sexton and Leonard Miller tied for the team lead with plus 11s while they were on the court. I'll tell you what, I don't think that's a coincidence. Again, I always say that plus minus is not a perfect indicator of what someone's performance was, because you can have a minus and it's only because you played most of the game with this guy over here who got his ass kicked. With that being said, like, I thought tonight we were considerably better when Collin Sexton and Leonard Miller were on the floor, and it was obvious. And it also goes for, here's a good example of plus minus not being a great indicator all the time. Tre Jones had a -3. Throw that in the words of Billy Donovan, throw that shit in the trash. Like, no, like Tre Jones was maybe a minus on the box score, but he was a positive all night. Like, we needed him on the floor to win this game. 21 points from Tre Jones, so 51 points from the starting backcourt. Well done. That's high production for normal starters, let alone fill-in starters. Like, excellent job by those two. 9 of 15 for Tre Jones. He's so damn efficient. 1 of 3 from 3, 2 of 3 from the free throw line, 6 rebounds, 5 assists, 2 steals. He really played the part of Josh Giddey tonight very well. Very well. Good job of being Josh Giddey light. And, overall, Tre Jones, he had kind of disappeared a little bit when he had gone and he had been injured. And when he came back, he was kind of iffy. Like, he wasn't being fully himself. And over the last couple games, he started to look a lot more like himself. Maybe he's had to get comfortable with the new players. I don't know. But this version of Tre Jones is a Tre Jones we all fell in love with at the beginning of the year. So great to see that from him. Then we're going to move to the bench. We only played 4 players off the bench tonight, including some time for my favorite underdog in the NBA, and that's Yuki Kawamura. But I'll get to him. I'll knock him out first because his time wasn't that effective. He had no points. Only shot 1 shot from 3. It was close, man. It was close. He almost had it. He had 2 rebounds. He had an offensive rebound, by the way, which was awesome. Love when that little dude gets an offensive rebound. And then 4 assists. I'll tell you what, this dude's an assist machine. To have 4 assists in 10 minutes is nuts, dude. Like, that's starter level production from an assist standpoint. Because think about it. If a starter plays 30 minutes, that he's on track for 12 assists. I mean, that's incredible. So Yuki just continues to be an assist machine. Like, I want to see what his assist per 36 minutes numbers are probably at the top of the NBA. I'd put him up against anybody. Like, per 36 minutes, I bet you he's averaging double-digit assists. I'd almost guarantee it. But only 1 turnover for the kid. This is a great game for Bulls turnovers. They only had 12. Like, that might not be a great game for some teams, but like for the Bulls, it is. We usually turn the ball over a lot. And, it also came in stark contrast to the Phoenix Suns having 14. It felt like more live. I'll tell you, I don't know why, but it felt like more live. But, 4 turnovers for 14 turnovers for the Phoenix Suns, 12 for us. So us winning the turnover battle is rare. I'll take it. Yuki was even on the court, just a 0, not a plus, not a minus. And I love that because you think if you talk to all the people that don't like Yuki, they'll tell you that he's the easiest bucket of all time in the NBA. Everyone scores on him. He can't stop, a candy wrapper. Well, if that was the case, he wouldn't be posting an even plus minus. It just wouldn't be happening. Rob Dillingham, 21 minutes tonight. 11 points, 5 of 12 from the field, 1 of 5 from downtown. He had 2 rebounds, 1 assist, 2 turnovers, -7 on the court. So his run of usually having pluses on the court, did not continue today. Um, he had a great start to the game, and then he faded away as the game went on. His start was incredible, but then in the second half, particularly, it just wasn't there. He forces stuff a lot, and I understand he's trying to make a name for himself. Like, he hasn't had that much playing time, so when he gets it, he wants to show off. He wants to show off his skills, and the simple matter of the fact is he's just not that good yet. Especially his jump shot. His jump shot is whack, man. It's whack. He's at his best when he's driving the lane, but he needs to learn. He has like early Kobe White syndrome, where he gets out of control, and he like, he like runs like with a chicken with his head cut off a little bit, and then he gets underneath the rim and he's like, what do I do? What do I do? What do I do? And he, you know, either completes a pass out to the corner or he tries to force something and it doesn't go well. Um, Overall, though, I thought he played good enough. I mean, he was a big reason why we started off with the lead, and we ended up going wire to wire to win this game. Only the second game of the year that we've won wire to wire. So he was a big part of that because he started off the game very, very well. A couple more guys here. Lachlan Olbrich got some game time tonight. Love to see that. Love to see the Aussie rookie get some playing time because Billy seems to hate playing him, but I think he should be playing. Give him at least 10 minutes a game, man. He's a rookie. You don't know what he can be. He's still got so much more he could potentially work on in his game. And he's not like, he doesn't strike me as someone who's super stiff. I feel like he could work on his offensive game and be much better. So I want to see him get some game time. If like I said, the best development it happens on that court, on an NBA floor during an NBA game. That is when the best development happens. It sure as hell ain't sitting on the bench. I'm sorry, Billy, but I disagree with you. 17 minutes anyways for the kid. 4 points, 2 of 6 from the field. He should have had a couple more baskets, but he got excited by the rim and missed a couple of bunnies, but that's okay. He had 6 rebounds. He did some good work on the offensive glass. He had 4 offensive rebounds. That's impressive. He doesn't give up, man. He's a scrapper. He's a classic Aussie. That's why I like the kid. Like, he's gonna get out there. He's gonna dirty up the game. It ain't gonna be pretty, but he's gonna get you out of your comfort zone. I love that. 6 rebounds, 2 assists, 1 turnover, 2 steals. I mean, honestly, for a rookie that barely gets playing time, 4 points, 6 rebounds, 2 assists, and 2 steals. That's good, especially when 4 of those rebounds were offensive. I'll take it. He was also a even 0, not a plus, not a minus, considering Rob Dillingham and Nick Richards were -7 and -8, respectively. Yuki and Lachlan being zeros means they were arguably the most effective bench members. Not really true, but they weren't super negative while they were on the floor. And those are the 2 guys that you'd worry about being super negatives, right? So I think that's a good thing. Overall, the last guy we have is Nick Richards, who played 29 minutes. The starters played big minutes in this game, man. 29 minutes for Nick Richards. So, yeah, it was like the starters, Nick Richards, and then Dilly got some minutes, 21. And then, yeah, I mean, the bench didn't play nearly as much as they normally do in this game. But anyways, 29 minutes for Nick Richards, 9 points, 2 of 2 for a perfect 100% from the field. The dude got 10 free throws. He was getting fouled. The guy just can't shoot free throws, man. He is not a shooter. I mean, he went 2 of 2 from the field, but man, he struggles at the line. You could see it on his face. When he gets fouled, he walks up to the line, and you could tell in his mind, he's telling himself, all right, dude, just calm down, make the free throws. It's going to be good. You're good. You could shoot. You could shoot. Like, he's doing a bunch of mental gymnastics to help him get where he needs to be in his mind, because free throws are highly mental. But for centers, it's hard because they're super strong, and that ball weighs like as much as a paperclip. So, overall, though, he had, like I said, 9 points, 11 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 steal, 2 blocks, which I love to see from the center position, and then 2 turnovers. One of them was really bad. His turnover that almost lost us the game, Nick, my man, that was almost heartbreaking. I would have felt for the guy if we lost that game because there's no chance we should have been in that position. And that turnover that he had was brutal. And hey man, bad mistakes happen. We lived through it. You hit one of the free throws, and then his last free throw. I want to talk about Tre Jones ending the game with a big high IQ play. I love to see this kind of stuff. So Nick Richards goes to the line, down by or up by 2, trying to seal the deal. Sorry, up by 1. He makes the first. Cool, calm, and collected. Nails it. Second one does not go so well. It bounces a couple of times on the rim, comes off. To the Bulls' credit, I think it was Okoro and Yabusele. They were battling down there, and they made it be a tough rebound. It got tipped around a couple of times. Tre Jones had come and was to the right side of the paint, but in between the three-point line and the paint. The ball gets tipped his way. It touches his hand. It's about to go out of bounds. And at the very, very last second, if it would have went out of bounds, there's a great chance there would have been roughly a second and Phoenix had a timeout. They would have been able to advance the ball. And only down by 2, we could have gotten hit. Devin Booker could have hit a 3 and sent us home crying, right? That's not what happened because Tre Jones whipped out his big brain and his big balls. And before that the ball was like eye level, maybe a little lower with him, but out of bounds already, but was falling. And he reaches his hand out, grabs it as he's falling out of bounds, and instead of whipping it back where a Phoenix player, if they caught it cleanly, could have got timeout and maybe would have got a 0.4 or more, time to shoot a shot, he just throws the ball. I want to say there was at least a second left when he did it. He launches it up over his head while he's falling out of bounds, and the ball hangs in the air for so long that the time runs out. What so smart, dude. That is winning basketball, and it's why I say that Tre Jones is a winning basketball player. It's the kind of stuff that Ayo Dosunmu would do. It's the kind of stuff Josh Giddey would do. You got to have guys on your team that think of basketball like this. He knew the situation, and in a split second, it was instinct for him, man. Like, you can't, it's hard to teach something like that. You either got it or you don't. And he's got it. Like, the dude that was such an awesome play. And hats off, headbands off to you, Tre Jones. Forget it. I'll actually do it. Headbands off to you, Tre Jones. All right. So, overall, excellent game from the Bulls. Again, if you don't like that we won, I understand, but I love it when the team gets scrappy and competes, man. We had no business winning this game, and that's why it was beautiful that we did. I'm sorry if you don't like that. I understand, but we're firmly stuck where we're going to be anyway, pretty much. Like, the difference between where we can be and where we are is like 1.5% at number 1. And frankly, when I've watched 2 teams in the last 3 years have a 3% or less chance to draw number 1, and they drew it, 6 teams in NBA history have drew number 1 with 3% or less. I'm not that worried about it. Like, we're going to have what we have. As long as we have a 20% or more chance to get in the top 4, that's what I want. Like, of course I want number 1. Who wouldn't want Debanza? We'd be incredible with Debanza. If the Bulls get Debanza, I will come on my pod. I don't think people are talking about a rebuild. If we get Debanza, we're good. You roll forward with your big 3 of the future, Giddey, Matas, Debanza. You get a big paint protector. He doesn't need to be good, just good at defense. better than Nick Richards, but starting caliber. Like Nick Richards is great in a role. I wouldn't want him as my starting center for the long term, but he's a great backup center. I hope that we can. I'd love to bring Nick Richards back as the backup center, but and then then all you need is a two guard. And frankly, if we got to Bansa, I'd call up Collin Sexton and say, "Yo, dude, you want to play?" Like, because at that point you're ready, I think, to make a run at the 6th seed. I don't know if Debanza comes off out of college and goes off right away, but with a guy like Giddey at point guard helping him score, it wouldn't hurt. Cam Boozer, I think, would have a similar effect on the Bulls. I think he'd be awesome. So, or Caleb Wilson, any one of those three guys. I want in the top 4 because I want one of those guys. I'll even say it. Even Darren Peterson, like one of those 4 guys. All 4 of them are difference makers. If the Bulls can get one of them, this rebuild is not going to take nearly as long as people are saying it will, because we have the cap room to sign good role players. We just don't have the cap room, nor is there stars available in free agency, right? Walker Kessler is the closest thing that we can get. And I don't know if we can get him. Utah's probably going to match whatever we offer. We should try and get him, though, to be clear. But yeah, I mean, I think that we have a much better chance at turning this around quick than people think, especially if we get a top 4 pick. So overall, you're talking about Nick Richards? Yeah, Nick. I know you're a big fan of him, Fayez. I love that. Oh man, I just had like a surge of people join. I will say, before I get out of here, I apologize for those who just joined. I please do, if you want to check out the rest of the episode, I would really appreciate it if you came over to the YouTube channel, Chicago Bulls Breeze, at Chicago Bulls Breeze, part of Breeze Nation, Pat the Designer's Windy City Breeze network. I'm here with you guys every day doing Bulls content. I'm going to be here all off season every day doing Bulls content. And I hope that you'll come over to the YouTube channel, check it out, drop a like, drop a sub. I got you guys. One thing I can say for myself, I'm always going to give you my full, raw, genuine opinion. I don't care what everyone else thinks. I have my own opinion. Sometimes I think the things that everyone else does. Sometimes I don't. What I can say is that nobody decides what my opinion is for me, and I don't do a damn thing for clicks. I'm not click. I will never, ever be clickbait. Never. Like, I'm strongly against that. It's a reason why I've made certain decisions in my career. I think clickbait is for losers, and I don't think it builds a genuine relationship with your audience. It's insulting. So I'm not going to do that to my viewers. So yeah, you know that you're always going to, what you see is what you get with me. It's always me. It's real. It's raw. It's genuine. But that'll do it for this episode of Chicago Bulls Breeze. Man, I just got like 10 more people. Where were you guys? Come over and watch the episode on YouTube once I finish this, please. I would really enjoy that. But my name is Philip Charles VanDerHeyden IV, Philly the Fourth for short. As always, long live the Chicago Bulls, but most importantly, long live you, Breeze Nation. Appreciate you guys being here with me tonight. See red, baby. Let's go.